Right, we'll call the meeting to order and stand for the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right, first up, we will be looking for a motion to approve the consent agenda, which has the minutes from the council meeting of November 4th, community center minutes from November 10th, EDA minutes from November 10th, the housing and redevelopment minutes from November 12th, library board November 10th, planning and zoning November 12th, tree commission November 5th. Also on the consent agenda are licenses and permits, the annual cigarette license renewals, annual game of skill license renewals, annual theater license renewal, liquor license renewals for the Fat Pheasant Pub, Windom Duffy's Incorporated, Plaza Jalisco 2, Windom Country Club, Windstream Inns LLC for wine on sale, beer on sale, and strong beer authorization, and Windom Baseball Association, wine on sale, beer on sale, strong beer authorization. And also in that consent agenda are the regular bills. If someone would like to make a motion to approve.
I'll make a motion to approve the consent agenda.
I'll second.
We have a motion and a second. Is there any discussion, questions, clarifications, changes, anything? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Next up, department heads. Are there any department heads that would like to speak? Welcome, Jason Sikora.
Jason Sikora, Electric Utility Manager. Just thought I would just give the council a quick update. We did start deploying some of our AMI metering that we are working on. We had training the first week in November on how to run everything, program the meters, and the portal and everything of looking at them. So we have all of the gateways, which are the things that collect all the readings, out and installed and running now. Partly thanks to the telecom department for helping us get those all tied into the city fiber and talking back to the cloud and to us. And then we have deployed some meters. We're going to do the mass deployment probably after the first of the year, after we clear the holidays. Crew's still working on trying to get as much done on those alleys as we can, as long as the weather holds out, and then get through inventory and all the holiday stuff, and we'll hit it hard after the first of the year. So everything's working, talking good, pulling in readings, so it should be ready to go.
How long do you plan on, do you think it estimated to take you from start to finish?
4 to 5 months. We'll see what kind of a winter we get, because we're going to do all the deployment over the winter. So if we have a light winter like last year, it should go quick. If we have snow drifts and ice and stuff, it's going to slow us down. But
Anyone else have any questions for Jason on that? Thank you for the update. Are there any other department heads that would like to speak at this time?
If you would allow me, Madam Mayor, to speak for John from the liquor store on an update for him. He is not able to be here. The wine tasting event that the liquor store had up at the community center last Friday, they had 169 attendees. And if people brought a donation for the sharing center of either cash or food, they got a discount. And so they collected a total of 212 pounds of food and $265 for the sharing center that evening. And then the deadline was today for people to turn in their order forms to order, if you wanted to order, wines and spirits from the tasting event, which were at a discounted price. He had 22 order forms come in for a total of 242 units sold. So overall, I think it was a good event. I was up there as well, and it seemed like it was good attendance and a lot of fun.
Thank you for that update. I did see that this morning too. That was quite the haul for the sharing center there, and I had some friends there. It sounded like a good event. Any other department heads that would like to speak right now? All right, moving on. Next up, we've got 2025 miscellaneous special assessments, and we will open the public hearing. This is in regards to the letters that went out. These are assessments for city services, repairs, mowing, snow removal, rubbish removal completed by the city or its designated representatives to correct nuisance violations and emergency response by the Windom Fire Department. These services that have not been paid by the property owners. The properties proposed for special assessments were identified in letters that went out, and they're all in the packet. So right now, we will open the public hearing. Do I need to know at 6:36 the public hearing is open? So if anyone would like to speak, now is the time. You may approach the podium. Please make sure that the mic is on and speak clearly into the mic. State your name and the property address. And typically you've got, is it 3 minutes? And we'll hear your concerns. Welcome.
Can you hear me now? Good evening, Council. This is, I'm here, I'm Daniel Johnson. I own and operate the residence or the building at 355 South 9th Street. I'm here to address some concerns about the fire department. My issue has been, last year I had a fire call and I was assessed $1,000 whatever, and I was here at the time, so I was able to figure out what happened, but they put down the wrong apartment number for they broke down 2 doors. Broke down 2 doors. One of them was unnecessary, but they didn't know which apartment to go to. But my issue was that they put down apartment 5, apartment 5 as the one that had the fire. All right, so it didn't cause a problem that time because I knew who the problem was. This time I was not even aware that we had another fire call this year in July. And that's why I'm here. I'm on the docket to get assessed on my taxes for another $1,000 bill. But this time they put down apartment 5. And when I contacted them, they went quite ballistic. They were furious. They wouldn't come down here. They didn't want to state their case or what happened. But I found out tonight from someone else that it was apartment 4 again, that actually, different people actually this time, but it was again apartment 4. So I'm sitting there accusing apartment 5, like, hey, this is your problem, unless the fire department fixes it. He did go down to the city office over here to talk to them because that's who I told him to go see. And they said that it's got nothing to do with us. You have to go talk to the fire department, which he didn't at that time. So I tried to, and I've been over there a few times, but I never find the right person. Long story short, though, is I did find out that there was actual fire call at my building. So I will pay the $1,000 fine, but I'm just saying that if you're going to charge me $1,000, I want you to be competent and tell me the right apartment number so that I don't have people moving out because I'm accusing somebody of starting a fire and getting a fire call. I hope that makes sense to everybody. I've already got a hard enough time keeping people because of the parking situation. We're right off the square, so you guys don't allow us to park off the square even with no snow. So that's been a second biggest complaint of mine, so of the people that live there. And I'm not sure if it matters, but all of them are living there because they don't make a lot of money. So I don't think that we should, make people that just make less money have more difficulty in life. So that's my whole thing, and I just wanted to get it off my chest and let you guys know so that I don't have future issues. And so, thank you.
Thank you, Daniel. Is there anyone else that would like to speak at this public hearing for the assessment role? Anyone else that wants to speak on the assessments for the public hearing? Do I need to say that again? No? Yes? One more time? Is there anyone else that would like to speak at the public hearing for the assessments? Hearing none, we will close the public hearing. And now we will entertain a resolution adopting an assessment role for the 2025 miscellaneous special assessments.
If may I add, Madam Mayor, there was a objection letter in the packet. That person has been sent the letter and the pictures and has said that they now agree with it and they will be saying as a payment for it. So they're withdrawing that objection.
Thank you for the update.
I'll make a motion to accept the special assessment package for the City Council of 2025.
The resolution has been introduced by Benson, second by Esplin. Is there any further discussion?
Yes, do you think, is it appropriate then to change it on our form so it reflects apartment 4? For Mr. Johnson, that just,
Yeah, I'll just talk to Ben, and if that's what it is, we'll just get it changed in the records.
okay. And then we'll make sure the fire department is aware. I mean, if that was a problem in the past too, maybe 4 and 5 must be difficult to know the difference of or something, so make sure that's related to or relayed to the fire department.
Any other discussion or questions on this? Hearing none, we'll have a roll call.
Benson,
Yes.
Sherman,
Yes.
Esplin, Nelson, Quaid.
Yes.
All right. Next on the agenda is a resolution accepting a donation to the library. So this is an authorization to accept a donation from the Friends of the Library to the Windom Public Library. Looks like they are looking to donate $541.69 from the Friends of the Library. And they request that the donation be used for the purchase of STEM learning materials and children's toys for the light table.
I'll introduce the resolution.
I'll second it.
Resolution has been introduced by Esplin, second by Nelson. Is there any discussion, comments, questions? Hearing none, we'll have a roll call.
Nelson.
Yes.
Sherman,
Yes.
Esplin. Benson,
Yes.
Quaid.
Yes.
Wonderful. Thank you to the Friends of the Library for their hard work and donations to the library. Next up, we've got EDA TIF districts, resolution decertification of TIF District 1-18 and decertification of TIF District 120 and decertification of TIF District 121. That is a mouthful. Welcome, Sonia, to explain these to us.
Sonia Wilt, Windom EDA. We have 3 districts that are coming up for decertification this year. They are all redevelopment districts that can go out a maximum of 25 years unless they've been satisfied prior to that, and all of these are being satisfied early. The first one, TIF District 118, is known as the Ag Builders or DDF District, covering property located at 1815 First Avenue. This was first tax increment was received in December of 2016. This will put approximately $14,000 back into the tax roll that will go back to the county and be dispersed to the county, city, and school district. And the action here is to approve that decertification resolution for TIF District 118.
I'll make a motion to approve the resolution for the TIF District 118, 1-18.
The resolution has been introduced by Benson, second by Nelson. Is there any further discussion? Questions? Hearing none, we'll have a roll call.
Benson,
Yes.
Quaid,
Yes.
Nelson,
Yes.
Sherman,
Yes.
Esplin.
Yes.
The second TIF district is 120, created in May 3rd of 2016. This is known as the New Vision Cooperative District and covers the property located at 125 16th Street, 867 First Avenue, and 857 First Avenue. The first tax increment was received on July 2019 for this district. This one will put approximately $28,000 back into the tax roll to be split up between the county, city, and school district. And this one, we're asking for action to approve this resolution for TIF District 120.
I'll introduce the resolution for the decertification of TIF District 1-20.
I'll second.
Resolution has been introduced by Sherman, second by Quaid. Is there any further discussion, questions, or comments? Hearing none, we'll have a roll call.
Quaid,
Yes.
Nelson,
Yes.
Sherman,
Yes.
Esplin,
Yes.
Benson.
Yes.
And the final resolution tonight is for decertification of TIF District 1-21 that was created on October 3rd of 2017. This district was known as the Windstream Inns LLC District and covers the property located at 2270 Highway 60, 2320 Highway 60, and 2370 Highway 60. The first tax increment was received on this on May of 2020, and it will put approximately $90,000 back into the tax roll. And we
I'll
are-
make a resolution to accept the TIF District for 1-21.
I'll second the resolution.
The resolution has been introduced by Benson, second by Sherman. Is there any further discussion, questions, or comments? Hearing none, we'll have a roll call.
Esplin,
Yes.
Nelson,
Yes.
Sherman,
Yes.
Benson,
Yes.
Quaid.
Yes.
Thank you.
Wonderful. Thank you, Sonia. Next up is a street closure request from the American Lutheran Church for December 10th for their Living Nativity. John Ketzenberg, would you like to step up? Tell us about that. Thank you.
Good evening, John Ketzelberg, Streets and Park Superintendent. The American Lutheran Church has requested on December 10th that we close Prospect Avenue between 9th and 10th from 5 to 7:30 for their annual Living Nativity. The police chief and I both agree that it should be no problem. Little background, the ALC will have carriage rides, animals, and a nativity scene on Prospect. We'll bring barricades up and pick them up when they're done.
I would introduce the motion to close the street on Prospect Avenue on December 10th for the American Lutheran Church.
I'll second that motion.
Thank you, guys.
Motion has been made by Quaid, second by Sherman. Is there any further discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Thanks, John. Next on the agenda, number 7, personnel. First up is conversation on Minnesota paid leave policy. I'll hand that to you, Steve.
Okay, thank you, Mayor. So in 2024, the state legislature passed another leave program. They already had enacted ESST, which is Employee Safe and Sick Time Leave. That acts like a short-term sick leave. most employers have that kind of a benefit, but there are some that didn't, so the state enacted that. And to follow that up, they enacted Minnesota paid leave, which tends to operate more like a short-term disability type of leave. If you've got a qualifying condition, it could be a birth of a new child, or care of a parent, or your own medical or mental health affliction, you can apply to the state for this paid leave. It has to be a minimum of 7 days, but it can go out, if you have several qualifying events back to back, it can go out to 20 weeks. So we needed to work on develop a policy. The League of Minnesota Cities and the Coalition of Greater Minnesota Cities both have some templates out there. I had grabbed the one from the League of Minnesota Cities, put in some of the applicable parts of it. One being this leave is paid for through a 0.88% payroll tax. The law defaults to half being paid by the employer, half being paid by the city, half by the employer, half by the employees. We did have a conversation with both of our labor unions regarding this. There were a couple of course, the request was to have the city pay it all, but there was also a request to essentially top off. The state program will pay a percentage of people's leaves, kind of depending on what your income is, and then there's a formula. But the request from the labor unions was that we allow people to use some of their accrued leave to top that off. So if they got 75% of the wages, they could take some of their city accrued time and get up to 100% of their wages. The Personnel Committee did meet with one of the groups, and the recommendation from the Personnel Committee was to leave the payroll tax split as it sits in statute at 50% employer, 50% employee, but to allow people to use their leave to top it off so they could keep 100% of their pre-condition wages. And so that policy, the draft of it, I think was provided to the person in September, I believe. We took a look at it. There's been a few, updates to the program, just Q&A stuff coming out of Department of Labor and Industry, but this program does go live January 1, and we have to notify employees by December 1 of it, so we need to get our policy adopted. So that's what's in front of you this evening, is to request to adopt Windom's Minnesota paid leave policy that's consistent with the state statute requirements.
I would make a motion to adopt the Minnesota paid leave policy as written.
I'll second.
Motion has been made by Quaid, second by Sherman, to adopt the Minnesota paid leave policy as written. Is there any other discussion, questions, conversations regarding this? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carries.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Next up, Community Center on-call part-time maintenance. Is there anyone here that wants to take this?
Tim had asked if I could handle that one for him. He
Sure.
was going to be occupied elsewhere at the community center. So he is requesting, the community center director is requesting hiring of Hayden Teets for a on-call position. This are folks that they can just give a call to and help them turn over rack chairs, tables, that kind of thing, as they turn the center over. The starting wage would be the $12.75, which is our starting wage for part-time on-call temporary help. And so he's requesting that we, that the council make that official by approving the hiring of Hayden Teets at the $12.75 an hour for on-call.
I would make a motion to approve hiring Hayden Teets for the part-time on-call.
I'll second that.
Motion has been made by Quaid, second by Benson. Is there any further discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Welcome to Hayden Teets. Next up, Police Department Assistant Chief and Sergeant positions.
Scott Peterson, Police Chief. In your package, you have a memo regarding the promotional processes that have recently taken place at the police department. We had a process for Assistant Chief, and Devin Copperwood was selected as our candidate. I have a listing of his salary would be $105,227.20 on this 2026 supervisory pay scale, and it's an exempt position. With his departure, or promotion, I should say, nighttime sergeant position became vacant. And we had a promotional process, and Isaac Paulson was selected. We had 2 candidates apply. And we have it listed that he would begin on the 5th year step of the LELS contract with an 8% increase due to the sergeant duties. The one thing I'd like to comment on is we accomplished this by reorganizing the police department budget with a minimal amount of new money to use to fund these positions. And we've got a good group of folks that can help assist us with supervision at the present time, but also can lead the police department in the future. So I would ask your approval on both individuals. Thank you.
I'll make a motion to accept the police department recommendation on both individuals.
I'll second.
Motion has been made by Benson, second by Nelson, to approve the recommended action for the Assistant Chief of Police position and the nighttime sergeant position of Devin Copperwood and Isaac Paulson respectively. Is there any discussion on this?
I think it's an excellent choice, and I'm glad it turned out this way.
Any further discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Thank you, Scott. Next up, new business. Is there any new business? Seems like no new business. How about any old business? Does anyone have any old business?
I'll just jump in, let you know, I forwarded a letter I got a couple weeks ago now from Minnesota Homeland Security Office. The FEMA folks, they have not ruled on our appeal for the pool. However, they sent a revised determination letter. The original letter that we got from them identified $285,000 of damage that they would reimburse us for, which is what we ended up appealing. FEMA sent a letter to the state first and said, sorry, we messed up. We meant 85,000. So the state got that letter, and then they kind of had a word with FEMA. They did forward that letter on to us, so we do have it, but the appeal is still pending. FEMA, as you may recall, had 90 days, which puts them into early January, but it was just kind of a little bit of a kick when they came back and said, oh, sorry, we made a $200,000 error. We thought it was low to start with, and so we'll see where it goes from here, but I wanted to just share that with y'all, so.
Does anyone else have any old business? Right, with that, we will move on to council comments. Would anyone like to start?
I'll start. I just want to say, with the colder weather coming on, I mean, if you see people running around without jackets on, if they don't have one, if you have an extra one, give it out. And I want to say, have a very, very happy Thanksgiving. And if you know somebody that's spending the day by themselves and you got a little extra room at the table, invite them over, because some people do end up spending Thanksgiving by themselves. And in this day and age, we need to share happiness wherever we can find happiness. So I thank you all for doing that in City of Windom, because I know we do a great job of taking care of our people around here. Thank you.
Thank you. Does anyone else have anything would like to go next?
I'd just like to say for myself, I'm very thankful for so many things, and I know we all have something to be thankful for. And I just want to, just encourage people to try to count their blessings more often. during this time period.
Thank you. Does anyone have anything else?
Just briefly, I sort of participated in the 5K turkey trot that the Windom Area Health did. I did my own version, which I called the Special K. It wasn't quite a 5K, but it was a little more than what the kids did as their trot as well. With my new hip, I didn't feel 5K was quite doable. But I was out there and cheered them on. I think they had about 40 participants. And at the end, they had turkey legs by this food truck that came, and they were delicious. Let me tell you, if you didn't have a turkey leg, they were wonderful, and hopefully they can get them back next year and look at making that an annual event. So if people didn't get out, hopefully next year that can be something you can participate in. And it helped support the Be Well walking path up at the hospital. It was what the funds were for.
And I would like to wish everyone a happy upcoming Thanksgiving that is sneaking right up on me, and there are meals to plan and food to cook and lots to do. So I hope everyone has a good Thanksgiving. Looks like a cold snap is coming too. And I just remembered that I brought these. If you, I was going to give these to you and have you, because you asked me to bring them here, but there is a nonprofit that is new. It is called Friends of Windom Parks. And when our street department was super awesome and we salvaged some of the wood, this group has, there will be lots of fundraising efforts, but they made Christmas ornaments that are pretty cool. This is from wood from the park with custom brands wood burned on it. If you guys want to check those out, those will be available online. And then I believe that Friends of Windom Parks will be a vendor at the auxiliary craft and bake sale. That is December 1st, correct? Some more details will be coming about that, but they'll be available online as from this new nonprofit. So I just think it was really neat to see the city work with the community through a nonprofit and get these things done and have some repurposing there. So that is all I have. Have you got comments, Steve? No? Okay. So if no one has anything else on council comments, with that, next up is closed meeting items. Real estate negotiations, Minnesota Statute 13D.05 Subdivision 3C3. We will now go into a closed meeting. And when that's finished, I guess we'll open it back up and adjourn. But right now, we need to go into a closed meeting.